Ready to take you through quite a number of items as far as grade 4 creative art is concerned. Now that we are almost approaching the exam, I want to take this opportunity to go over very briefly some of the major areas that we have gone through since the beginning of this term. Welcome. Drawing. In grade 4, we have learned about drawing, whereby we said we started our strand, our first topic was drawing, whereby we said when you draw a picture, that picture automatically it will have areas that have been shaded black, others have been shaded, dark, others have been shaded light. Now, those light areas, it is an indication that they are exposed to the light, and those dark areas, it is an indication that they are hidden away from the source of the light. We also looked at the technique of shading to create tone of value, which is known as smudging. We said that smudging is smearing color onto a surface so that you can create that effect of light and dark. And we said another word which means the same as smudging is smearing or you rubbing. And then some of the media that you can rub, they are those dry media like crayon, chalk, pencil, colored chalk, and what have you, and some soils, of course. Then we also discussed about creating a variation, a strip showing various variations strip, showing how many tones, maybe 2 tones, 3 tones, and what have you. Remember that? And also we talked about gradation. What is gradation? A terminology used in grade 4. Gradation is change of tone from either dark to light or light to dark. And this change of tone can either be blended, also it can also be staggered. And we said to change this tone, you need to rub, when you are rubbing, let's say using a pencil, you apply some pressure, and when you want it to look, let's say, dark, you release the pressure. Then from there, we also saw that there's also still life, and we said that still life is a drawing of an arrangement of non-moving objects. And we said that when you are drawing a still life, there are various things that you should consider. For example, remember to overlap those objects you are drawing. And then once you overlap, remember also to shade your objects so that now you can also have that effect of light and dark. And we said that when you're drawing a still life, you can do so through observation, through memory, and also through imagination. We also talked about drawing human forms, human figure. And we said that when you're drawing a human figure, there are 1, 2, 3 steps. Step number 1, make basic shape of that human figure or form. Then from there, add details. And then, of course, use smudge technique to create tonal value. Then from there, now we move on to the next substrand, that is crayon etching, yet another technique of picture making. Crayon etching is a picture making technique whereby this picture is actually done on a specially prepared surface. And when you are doing this picture crayon etching, you need various materials like the crayons themselves. You also need black Indian ink. You also need scratching sharp tools to scratch, to edge, and also you need soap, which is very important. Soap helps the black Indian ink to stick on to the crayon part. Remember, when you are doing crayon etching, always work under a shade because bright sunlight can make the crayon melt. We also looked at the terminology tone. What is tone? Tone is the lightness or darkness. Tone is the lightness or darkness of a color. And this tone can be created by either adding black to a color or white to a color. Remember that when you add white to a color, the color becomes lighter. For example, if you take color blue and you add blue plus white, it will no longer be blue, but it will be light blue. The same blue you had black, it will no longer be blue, it will be dark blue. Then from there, remember also montage. Montage is the picture making technique which involves cutting and pasting different pictures together to make one pictorial composition. Remember all those materials which are required. You need plain papers, you need drawing book, you need a ruler, you need an eraser, you need scissors to cut the pictures. And where do you cut these pictures? You can cut them from old newspapers, from old magazines. You can download them from internet. You can even draw them yourself and whatever. I remember also when we are making a montage, it must have a theme. It must have you must have a subject matter. You cannot, for example, if your subject matter is wildlife, we are not expecting to see any other pictures other than those ones of wildlife. Then remember also there's basketry, which is the art of making baskets. And remember in basketry, there's the wefts and the warps. Remember also the warp threads are the ones which make the framework. And remember also after you make your article, whether it is in weaving, whether it is in whatever, you are supposed to finish the edges so that it does not the threads do not come out. And there are various ways of finishing, like you can you can bind the edge. You can also do something called stitching using a needle and a thread, and also you can do what we call tacking in. Leather. We said we obtain leather from skins and the hides of animals, and those animals which give us skins are the small animals. The large animals like the buffalo, the elephant, and what have you, they provide us with the hides. Remember, these skins and hides are taken to a tannery where they undergo a process known as what? Tanning, to change them, to make them soft, and also to remove the fur, and also to change them into leather. You can also use this leather to make various articles which are functional, like leather jackets, like leather bags, and what have you. Modeling, remember the pinch method of modeling, which is also known as a what? Known as stamp. Remember when you are mixing clay, when you are preparing clay, crush the clay into powder, remove the impurities, mix it with water, and keep on now mixing thoroughly. That's what you call kneading. Kneading helps because it helps to remove the air bubbles. And last but not least, once you mold your pot, make sure that you dry it under shade. Because if you dry it direct in sunlight, it will break because evaporation will be taking place very fast. So for those and many more details, see you next time. Please kindly subscribe, share to colleagues so that we can pass. And I wish you success in your final exam. Bye for now.